Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. Surprise! We're gonna do an art video today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some backgrounds on some of my art journal pages, so I can, have a selection to pick from. So I thought I would come on camera and do it and talk to you guys a little bit. Um, I know it's been a minute, and for art videos and stuff. And sometimes, like I said, I do art at home, and I don't necessarily do a video because I'm not sure if you guys are interested in seeing it. I've been getting a lot of questions, so I thought real quick I would come on, not real quick, but I would do the backgrounds and answer a few of the questions. So, one of the questions I get is, can you do more ATC videos? And I would love to. And a couple of people asked, like, what are some beginner, easy ATC cards? Well, I mean, they run the gambit. You can do so many different kinds. I'm going to show you two. These are two recent ones. I have videos for these. And I'll put the link down below and at the end of the video. But you can see this is just a background. I glued one sheet of background scrapbook paper. I think it's K & Company, and I used two different ones, the blue on top and the flower on the bottom. And then I took sticky dots and I cut out two butterflies and glued them on here, with the sticky dots, so they are 3D. How much simpler can you get than this? Now you can really go nuts and do, add more things or color it or just do a background and add the butterflies. It doesn't have to be so outrageously hard to do an ATC card. I've gotten many comments, not many, but I've gotten a few comments about that's not an ATC card. That's just sticking things on a piece of paper. And you know what? You're full. You're wrong. ATC card is anything that you want to make. There are only two rules. It has to be, well, actually one rule. It has to be 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. That is the rule. Okay, this is on an ATC card that you can get like a pack at your local craft store. I have videos because I'm cheap. I'm cheap, girl. I'm cheap. I go to the dollar store, I buy a piece of poster board, and maybe you have them laying around. Maybe you have them laying around and the kids when they were little scribbled on them. And you don't know what to do with it. Cut them down. 3.5 by 2.5. Cut them down into pieces. That's my big tip for you. Like I said, I've done it a million times on my channel. And then you get all kinds of cards. You can cut it. I've cut them into like quarters, so you have like reasonable size to work on. I've done backgrounds on them and then cut them down from there. So you have like not a set, but like kind of like colors. Do you know what I mean? So it can be as simple or as non-simple as you want it to be. I think when you're starting out, a lot of people are nervous and scared, I say, listen, simple, easy, pretty, and you can add your own little touch to it. So don't listen to what people say to you, because I don't. And make them as simple, as you wish. Now here's another one. This is a piece of, this is clay that was sculpted into a cat face. Not, it was used a mold. I didn't sculpt it. And I put tissue paper on the back where I scrunched it and put it on the back, glued it down. Now you can use toilet paper, you can use paper towel, you can use tissue paper, Kleenex. I don't care what you use. Scrunch it. If you're using like a paper towel, Kleenex, that kind of thing, the only thing I suggest is wet it. Okay, like before you go to bed, get some water in your hand, wet it a little bit, squinch it, leave it dry. When you wake up the next day, then kind of straighten it out a little bit because you'll get more of a crinkle. If you're in a hurry, you can take a little bit of Mod Podge, water it down with water, and then brush it on. Just brush it on, then scrunch it, and then pull it apart and leave it dry because it'll give it a little bit more body. And whatever way you want to do it. So you can get tissue paper in a million colors at the dollar store. So I mean, I use it for tons of different things. So it's a lot of fun. And I put Peace from Broken Pieces and Gratitude. I have some stars here, and then I glued him on and did some of the delightful, delicious, it's called, what is it called? Kelly, Color Shift from plaid, and made him color shift, put a little crystal on his head. Look how cute that is. Now, this is simple, but a little bit more involved. And look how pretty it is. So, now listen, here's the thing. You can go to your local craft store. You can buy little wooden pieces. You can get hearts. You can get different shapes, all the things. And you can use them. You don't have to make your own with clay. I just had a mold clay. I love doing the cats. I love the third eye thing. And that's what I did. So you definitely can do that as well. You don't have to, think. Just think outside yourself. Pick something. Maybe you have a piece of clay. Maybe you have, let me show you this. These two things here as they're sitting here. These are pieces of styrofoam from ground beef or something. I don't know. But look at, you see the texture? You see this? You can make it abstract. Cut these into little squares, put it on there, make an abstract piece. You can use a little bubble wrap as well. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Make it abstract. Do it into a triangle, a square. Use this as your main piece, and it doesn't matter. Step outside of yourself, and always, always, always step outside the box. So I'm done. I'm done preaching. Okay, I'm done. So we're just gonna play on some background. What was the other thing I wanted to tell you? I wanted to thank you guys so very much. For those who don't know, my daughter had gallbladder surgery. She's been very, very sick. And one of the things they found is her gallbladder. So they took it out. She's recovering from that. However, she got shingles in the process. And she's full of shingles. She has RA and fibro like I do. And they just said her immune system just was like, yeah, no, we didn't want the surgery. And she got, she's full of shingles now. So poor thing, she's trying her best, but I want to thank everybody for their prayers. And if you could just send her some positive energy for the shingles to heal as soon as they can. It's a bit rough. So that being said, I think that's all at the moment I want to talk about. I don't know. I probably want to talk about a million other things, but not important. Okay. So I'm using my Gustav Klimt book. This is an old calendar from 2010. And what I've been doing is using these pages and making backgrounds. So I don't know what I've done in here because really art journaling hasn't been what I've been doing. But I've been, let's see. I got a lot of poetry I wrote in here and the things. So I started doing some backgrounds and you can see just playing around. And that's what I want to do. I just want to put some backgrounds on here. Did a page there. So I can start doing some art journaling. Got that. These are old. Old. I have 1,000 art journals around. I did that. Which all I did here, talk about easy art journal page. I put a piece of black, you could see it, black polka dot scrapbook paper in the back, glued it down on the page, and then, and it's obviously black, and I got little polka dots. I took gesso, and I took a stencil, and I just stenciled. And then here, I whited it out a little bit to show the difference where, you can take some water down after it's dry and put it on there and you get a different look. So I love this page. It's very graphic, but it's, it'll be a background, but that was a video I did a while ago. And of course I got black pages to work on. Some, I've already blacked out, I guess. You can see the scrapbook paper here. I think. And then I did this fly, where these are just those transparent wings and a little, look how simple. Like I said, you're not going to win a contest for it, but it's fun to create. Don't forget. Don't lose the fun in creating. And what I love to do is just save these for now. And you can see another background where I used those two pieces I just showed you. That's a screening. Well, that should be around it. So if I come up with more, you'll see them. But what we'll do is we'll just start here. Gonna move in just the littlest bit, like that, and move it over. got some stamps. I got some stencils that I've made, some masks. I'm gonna put it over here for now. Some stencils, bubble wrap. I'm trying to go through a lot of my scrapbook paper. So, you know. Now this, if you find graph paper, you can see graph paper, you can use these to draw. It really helps you get your line work good and even, and you don't end up with a funky face like I do most of the time when I draw, because I cannot do a straight line to save my life. So I'm going to do this piece. Now, the fun thing is, you know, you're starting out with, I love doing mixed media backgrounds, so, but you're starting off with a background already. So you can see you have your, I want to say color scheme, but I don't go with a color scheme. But, you know, you have some mint green and some flowers and that kind of stuff. So you don't have to feel like you are starting with a blank page. A lot of people don't like that. What I'm going to do is, maybe first I won't glue the paper on. But that's, you know, what you can do is you can glue on a piece. I'll do on another page. And then I like just to cut it into a shape. It doesn't matter. You could tear it. Tear it's fun too. And what we'll do is I'll glue it on here and then I'll find another page while this dries. Oh gosh, okay. Whew. Gotta clean that off. Oh gosh. Okay. One of them days, it's one of them days. Here we go. I'm just using my lovely Mod Podge, which I love. And listen, I'm not using anything specific here. I'm not using one certain brand or whatever. I'm using all kinds of things. So don't, you know, email me telling me how you don't like when I do that, because I'm doing it. And it's all kinds of brands. Like I said, I love Plaid. I love folk art. They're my go-to all the time. But I'm just sitting here and I thought, oh, you know what? Let's do some backgrounds. And then I was like, let's video them. And I just grabbed a bunch of stuff. And you could put as much or as little of this as you want to. And this is just going to add another level. Now you can be strategic and you can put these where you think that, like, oh, this could be grass, and you could put it all down here. You could get all kinds of different greens, right? And do it down here for grass. How cute would that be? And then you can build from there. This is just going to be a background, so I'm not going to worry. Now, what I like to do, and it doesn't matter if there's little squishy pieces that are up because they'll just add texture. I lay this down. And of course, this is more for beginners. You know, people just starting out with mixed media or wanting to do, you know, some backgrounds and having stuff sitting around, and let's just use it. So what I like to do is I'm going to give it a second. Now, sometimes I am lazy and I don't make sure that I don't have bubbles or whatever, because, you know, it doesn't matter to me sometimes. Other times it does. So what I will do on here is I give it a second, and then I'm going to go over with my brush. I sometimes will dip it in the littlest bit of water and kind of dab it off, and then go over it and push a little harder so I can make sure that the ends are down and that there's no bubbles. And if it gets sticky like dragon, just dampen that brush again. I mean, that's as simple as we're starting with that. Now I'll wash my brush, and I'm going to just continue using this brush as I go on. I'll leave that sit there for a second so the glue can come off of there. And you know what? I'm going to just work on this. We're going to just real quick. Now I'm using a heat gun. You can use a hair dryer. And honestly, this stuff dries so fast. I always say, leave it sit, put on 2 of your favorite songs, put on a favorite YouTuber or a video or something. Dance for a song, you know, get yourself moving, whatever you want to do. Move and groove, move and groove. It has been a hellacious, longer than a month, but we're good and dry now. Basically, right here's a little damp, but My gosh, it's just been crazy. My daughter's been so sick and nobody could figure out why. And she's been to the hospital twice until finally they figured it out. And they wouldn't keep her. They wouldn't admit her because of COVID. So it's a mess. And I understand, but you know, I guess unless you really, really need it. So then she finally got it diagnosed and went to the doctor, and they took it out. And she's still having tons of other problems, but that's one thing that they know that she had. And then, like I said, now she's full of shingles. I got a puppy. I went to, if you haven't seen the video, I think it's the video before this on my channel. I was fostering, and I got this little 5-week-old puppy, which is a boxer mix. We don't know boxer with terrier or German shepherd. They're not real sure. But he was 5 weeks old, and we fell in love with him. And as you know, Emily got a dog, Luna, who we love very much, but it's her dog. And so we got him. I always wanted Luna to have something to play with, somebody to play with. And I thought, well, I'll foster and it'll give her, but we fell in love with him, and I'm keeping him. So he's the cutest. If you don't know, we've fostered for, gosh, over 20 years. Dogs, cats, all the like. We've fostered and kept hundreds of feline positive oh gosh, Kelly, lose train of thought, cats, so that have essentially AIDS and that kind of stuff, their equivalent of. And yeah, which was really, really sad. I will never do that again. Although we helped a lot of animals and gave them love because I wanted them to have love before they passed on. I'm talking because I'm giving this a second, but so we stopped for a long time, and then I thought, let me just get a dog, little puppy, and this one was it just happened to be. I applied, thinking, oh, they'll give me whatever. I didn't even expect, and they called me for this little bundle of love. So we named him Luther. I probably talked about him in another video, but he's our new baby here. And he's delightful. All right. So that's it. Just send my daughter love and positive energy. I appreciate it. And I have a lot of art videos, not art videos, art that I want to do that I will probably just turn the camera on and do. Just because you guys keep, you guys are lovely. I mean, I have gotten, I'm going to say hundreds of messages on Facebook, emails. I can't even get through all of them, of people like, are you okay? Or is your family okay? Where are you at? I miss your videos. What's going on? And, so I'm very thankful. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try my best in all the chaos to get on here. Because sometimes I do art and I don't do it necessarily to do for a video. I just kind of do it for myself. But, I'm going to do my best. Okay, so you can see now I avoided the majority of the green. Let me show you a tip. Take your paper towel or whatever you're using, your rag, and if you're like, oh, I covered that a little bit too much, go and wipe it before it dries, and you can get that off. So, it's still showing more than you want it, or more than it was, rather. And then just go around if you want that, or you don't even have to. Look how fun. Starting already. And this is just starting to be a mixed media background. Why is it called mixed media? Well, I'm going to tell you why it's mixed media. As soon as I try it. Give me a second, please. La, 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 we're drying. La 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 la. I'm trying. La 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 la. La 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 la. Here we go. I don't know if you're new here. I sing a lot, ridiculously. Okay. What was I going to talk about? I forgot. All right. Why is it mixed media? Mixed media means that you're mixing media. So, for instance, sprays is a medium. Acrylic paint, medium. Mod Podge, a medium. Ink pad, a medium. See what I'm saying? So we're mixing. We're mixing them all together. And when you mix more than one, so I used acrylic paint, and next I'm going to use spray, and I'm going to use, the ink pad. That adds on to another media. Now, I have done layers in mixed media, where I've done up to 10, 12 layers easily. And that means this was one layer, the paper. This is another layer. And I'm going to add a couple more things and just keep laying on top. And and it just keeps layering. And it's a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's what that means. I get asked that a lot. And that's all it is. I love it because there are no holds barred. You can do whatever you want, whatever colors you want. Like for instance, let's go in with, let's use this little green. I'm trying to get rid of these, the Dilutions paints, which are nice, but too little for me. A couple uses and they're gone. How many ounces is this? This is 1 ounce, and I think these are 2 ounces. So, I mean, not bad. If you get them on sale, they're good paints. But watch. I'm going to use this. Now, you can use an old credit card. You can use, you guys know, I take cardboard and use decorative scissors and cut them. And you can get decorative scissors at your dollar store. So you can cut into different shapes. You could just take scissors in your cardboard or cardstock, or maybe you got an old card from somebody, or plastic in a, I love recycling and reusing when you get plastic in deliveries or whatever, and just go boop, 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 and make that noise too, because it makes it all better. All right, so I'm going to squirt. All right. And I'm going to take this. You don't have to. I could have just drug it along. And then I'm going to save this. I'm not going to get rid of that, and I'll show you why. And then I'm going to take this. And then take it on here. Now, maybe you have something that's a little smaller, a little... And no, I'm not going to smooth this out or anything like that. I like... I'll show you. I don't know how well you can see it because it's light. See how it's doing the... like markings. How cool is that? And then you can go and wipe off anywhere if you want to go sideways to make more. And what you're doing here is adding texture. I mean, come on. Now you could do this with a pen that ran out of ink or a pencil. I use pens that already have ink still, but you see what I'm saying? Okay. The sun's coming a little rough for me today, but we'll survive. I think my color saturation's up a little bit too much. When it's sunny out, it's like, let's see. Just cut it down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Still, it's a light color. It's hard to see, you know what I mean? Now, you can use this part, like let's say here, we'll go like that. And then you can use this and just go like this and be a scraper. And you're getting that look. Okay? Very good. Now, I am somebody who hates to waste paint. Yes, I work on Plaid's ambassador program. Yes, I'm lucky I get paint if I need it, when I need it, if I'm doing a project, rather. And so I am not somebody who likes to waste paint. So I take this on a page that I've not even done yet, and I'm starting another page. Look at me go. Look at that. Oh my goodness, Kelly, you're amazing. You're so smart. Look at me. Clean my brush off, ready for the next part. I don't have to add water to it. I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to go on. Now I want to dry this because I don't want to add anything on top as far as paints. And that's going to add a little bit of texture while it's wet, because then what's going to happen? It's going to smear it and you're not going to get that delightful lines. And I might do this 6 more times with a darker color or lighter color. It doesn't, who knows what I'll do. I'm crazy like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go all out on this page. I'll do another video for that. I just kind of want to show you how I start. And sometimes, you know, it's thick paint. It's going to take a little longer. So what I'm going to do is dry where it's thinner. And I see where it's darker. You know, I'm such a sick person that, like, nowadays when I dry paint and the smell, I'm like, oh, I enjoy that because I'm so used to it and it brings me happiness when I'm doing. But what I'm going to do is, like, there's some thickness here. I'm just going to drag it just because I know that's going to take me too long to dry right here. And I want to get moving on. Moving on, moving on. But it's still adding more delightfulness. Pulling it down here, doing this, all the things. And then I'll just hit this one more time. And then if that little bit smears, I'm okay. Okay. All right, Cal, that's enough. You know, you guys know I get obsessed. And you can see the sun shining in. The sunshine. Okay, now let me show you some sprays. So let's use, let me show you a cheap thing. You get these at the dollar store. These are your little, you know, when the kids are little, you can get these at the dollar store. And I'm going to use a small one. I have a bigger one. And I'm not going to put it straight. You can, however, if you want. I've been known to tape everything off and just get the letter I want to spray. Right? I'm not doing that today, but I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to use some Delusions ink spray in vibrant turquoise. Now I'm going to shake them. We never know how my sprays are coming out, so we're going to see today. Although I did run them under the hot water like I tell you guys to do. So we're going to see. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you see what I'm doing? A million ways people tell you to do it. Now, I would normally, but today's not going to be normal. Where is it? Okay, Kelly, think. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm in the middle of 6 projects, so you know. I'm going to take a piece of this. And I'm going to take this because I'm not really a fan of this. See this? Look at that glitter. Can you see the glitter? No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, kind of right there. But what I'm going to do is just set it there. And I'm going to start this page so I can always rip this up for another thing. Just to get that extra off. See what I'm saying? Why waste it? That's what I say. And then we'll lift this up and look at. Now, something else you can do, which is a lot of fun, is a lot of fun. So much fun. I'll start using it as a stamp. Now, you're not going to get clear, precise things, but because this is little, it's just hard. But I'll push it on here just to soak up. Leave it sit for a second just to soak up some extra. And we're starting again. Okay, so I'm going to set him over there. Now, look how cool that is. Now you can, I'm going to dry it, but then you can go back and, you know, circle. Maybe I like breathe, be, you know what I mean? Like you can do whatever. I'm going to go over it, but I'm going to dry it. And these Delusions, they dry very quickly. They're almost like putting food coloring, which I've shown you a million times, in water. You could put some food coloring in water and mix it up real good. Shake it in a bottle that you get from the dollar store, or maybe you have empty bottles at home. I like to put a little bit of Mod Podge matte in there and shake it each time I go to use it because it just helps it become permanent. And but you won't have no problem. And you can use that as a spray. if I was smart, I would have had a piece of paper here that I could have, which I can use this, but that I just kind of put on here to lift up anything extra. But we're pretty good. Look at that. Now, they also come in bigger sizes. Let me see, let me see. Where'd you go, sis? Where'd you go? What is it? Use this. Dun, 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 dun. They come in numbers. Maybe you have a favorite number that you want to use. And I can't find the other one. I had it here, but I must have left it over there. It's okay. I think you are picking up what I'm putting down. So now you can use, let's do it this way. And you don't have to spray it everywhere. Let's say blue. Let's say some, what color are you? Bubblegum pink. Like that. Again, take this because we're starting another, we're putting ink on top of scrapbook paper. We're mixing the media. And I'm just going to soak up the business. And look how pretty that color is. And of course, have your paper towel or whatever to wipe off if you don't want it to bother anything on your stuff. Doesn't matter. And look at that. I just do this because it'll end up everywhere. And then all of a sudden, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm going to dry it again. But you see how we're making all these? And you can move it and do more. Like you can move it up here. I just want to show you different ways. And then I'm going to show you what I love to do once we do a couple of stamps. You're just adding texture and all the good things. Now this is a fun thing to do. Let's leave it run. That's a little wet there still. Look. Let's just add, because we need stuff there. And if you want it, you can go like this. And then take it down this way. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And then I'm going to dry this because I want this to stay like this. Look at that. Look at that. Go, baby, go. Go. Yeah. And you say, Kelly, but you messed up your letters and numbers. No, they're still there. You can still see some of them. I wasn't going for them to be absolute. They're just on there to add a little bit of something, something. And you can be as careful, like I said, as careful as you want to be. You don't want to do the water? Don't. I don't care. It's yours. It's all yours. Okay. So you see? I mean, look at that delightful mess. Look at that. Oh, now what I'm going to do is turn it the other way. Because this down here, fantastic. Let me show you up close. Look at that. Oh, God, the colors and the different textures. So we're going to work down here for a second. And I'm going to get out. I do want to put these cats in, but I'll wait till after. Let's just do a stamp for the hell of it. I got this little, it's a Tim Holtz something, I don't know. And I have, what color are you? Seedless preserve, carved pumpkin. Why is this not open? What did I do? Carved pumpkin it is. Okay. So I'm gonna push it. We're pushing it real good. Can't sing, but you guys know. And then I'm just gonna, I'm not even gonna go full. I'm gonna go like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy, yeah. Okay, so can you see just how much fun doing a background is? You can put it here in the middle, wherever you want. Okay, let me show you. Look at that. Okay. Of course, like I said, we can put... Now, I want to do these cats, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take white. And I'm going to put white. I like to use these things as my... like that. And I'm going to take a brush, a stencil brush. Here we go. And I'm going to pull some of this. Not much, but you can see I'm kind of pulling it down and moving it around and pulling it down and moving it around. And I'm going in and we're putting some cats down. Now, I don't know if you guys listen to the band Ghost. It's a metal band. If you heard their newer stuff, there's a song called Rats. Rats, rats, rats. Anyway, these are cats. They're not rats. I don't know. Maybe I'm old and like heavy metal and I'm weird. Okay. So you can see, and you can make them as, you know, put as much as you want. I'm just laying them down because, and I'm going to lay it everywhere. This is a stencil I made. Cats are easier to do than dogs. I can do a dog silhouette. You know, I'm a Japanese chin girl. Now you're going to see the, gosh, she's rhyming today. The Beastie Boys are back. The colors coming through the white, and that's what I want. And I'm not going to bore you with me doing the whole page, but I'm going to lift it up like this. Do you see? See how they're coming through and it pushes it back? So I'm going to just kind of do that. Now, the other thing I like to do, which people go nuts for, and then again, take this, you could turn it over here and just push it to get any of the white that's still wet. And, you know, you can't really see it on there, so probably none came off. Okay, so something else I like to do, so you can see, look how cool. I like to wet my brush. I like to wet my paint. You guys know I'm going. And I have a little bit of yellow on my brush, and I'm not caring. And I'm going in like this. And it's going to smudge because it's not all the way dry. But what I like to do is take that white. Let's see what we got. And you can still see some of it. But do you see how it mutes it? So it pushes everything in the back. So if you look here, that white's coming at you, right? Light comes towards you, dark goes to the back. So you could see here, those cats are coming at you. But you could see down here, I pushed everything and all that's in the back, but you still can see what's there. So if I want it to be a little bit clearer, I could spray a little bit of water. So the color comes through a little bit more. You still see all the pieces, the numbers, the different things, but it's pushed back. This is all that texture I had. And you can see that now you can color, paint, draw, whatever on top, and you have a really great background. So I'll use this whole page as a journal page, right? But I just wanted to show you that. And something else I love to do, and you could do this with paint, You could do it with spray. You could do it with whatever you want. I'm going to use this purple shimmer mist in, what color are you? Fully purple. And I love doing this. I'm going to spray like that because I love the drips. I'm a grunge girl. I'm not going to lie. And I just let it go. And if you want it a little bit more, and I'll do this a couple times because I want that. And you can see as it mixes with the different colors, how it changes color. And it's just, this is what I love. And it's going to push those white cats back. And now look how you changed it. Look at that. You can lay a paper towel on here if you want. I'm not. I'm going to dry it because I want to keep as much as I can of that. And I'm holding my heat gun up high. And I'll just run it a little bit more. Hold it. I'm not going to add any more water. There's still plenty of water on here. But I want the drips. And you can bang it. I hope I didn't wake my dog. And now I got a background for a page. And you'll see me in the future doing a page on this, doing something on here. Drawing, pasting, who knows what I'll do. So I'm going to get the majority of it dry so you can see. Now let me show you. I'll turn it back this way. Look at that. And I love the yellow up here. Now here's a thing for you. You look at this and you say, you know what? I really think I want some more yellow. Like I have yellow up here, some orange. I need some yellow here. Well, then guess what? Take some yellow. And what we'll take is our yellow paint. Or you know what? I'll use my yellow spray. This is, I think it's lemon zest. I'll shake it. Let's see what we get here. Just a spray. I walk away with more stuff on my hands. I go through stores and everything like this. Hey, it is what it is, isn't it? And then I'm going to do this. And the reason I'm doing it, do you see how it lightened it? And I'm going to leave that sit for a second. It's a little tip. And if I pick this up, I can manipulate it. So if I go like this, have it go down in that little squiggly part, make it move like this. And what's going to happen, now I'll blow it. That's what she said. I was all excited. Joann's has the office fabric. And I was like, oh, you know, and it said they have a stains piece of fabric. I was like, oh yeah, you know, everything I want in life. Now I'm going to take this because this is going to be a muddy mess. It's going to be brown and I don't want it to be brown. So I'm just going to tap it. Tap that ink, tap it, tap it, tap it. And then just do it like here, just a little bit. Okay. Just where it's not dry yet so you guys can see. And if you look, I'll finish my story in a second. Now we got the yellow down there. Now, granted, it's not as bright, and you can go with your finger and add a little bit, but I'm not. But you see how we added it now, and we have it down here, kind of trails a little bit in here, trails up there, and we have a little bit of everything. Is that a mess? Oh, you bet your bum it is, but it is not, this isn't the final product of the final art journal page. This is just that I made a background and I'm ready when it's dry tomorrow when I sit down or whatever to go to my next step. Now I have loved different things. I'll show you in another video how I just use acrylic paint and what I do as far as backgrounds and different things. And you may want to do that. Maybe you don't have spray. So that'll be a video I either do later on today or tomorrow. So, but anyway, I looked at their fabric and they don't have, that's what she said. They have all these other sayings, but they don't have that. And I was like, what a bummer, because I so would have bought that. But listen, I love you guys so much. I want to thank you again for all your love, support, messages, emails, posts, all the things. I do miss making videos. I do miss communicating with you guys. I've tried to answer as many comments as I can. Sometimes on my phone, it's really hard. I have a really old phone. So, you know, sometimes I can't do it, but just know that I read them all. And I'm very grateful and I love you guys so very much. So if you could leave a thumbs up on my video, I would appreciate it if you got this far. Just because it does help in the algorithm for them to know that these videos are watched. I don't know why or what, but please leave a thumbs up for me. I do get to see them. I just don't have them out in public. And I'll be making more backgrounds because I got this whole book to do. So you can see on this side, I need to do a page as well. And that's what I'll be doing. And it'll look completely different than this. And it's amazing how you can just make 30 pages and they all look different. So please leave me a thumbs up. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Let's not fight over who we want for president. We all can have our opinion. We all can, you know, want who we want. We don't have to hate each other. We can all be friends. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Please send my daughter good thoughts. I love you guys. Bye-bye.